Men are taught early what not to say. There are things men are taught very young. Not in words, but in expectation. You're taught to keep quiet, to be strong, to protect the family name, to carry things without complaint. I learned that lesson early. I kept a family secret for 15 years. Not because I wanted to, but because I was told that real men protect the family, even if it cost them everything. I was still young when it happened. Old enough to understand that something was wrong. Too young to understand what it would do to me. It was an ordinary day. People talking. Food cooking. Laughter in the house. Then I walked into a room I wasn't supposed to enter. What I saw stopped me in my tracks. I didn't shout. I didn't react. I just stood there. Silent. And that silence changed my life. Later that day, one of the elders pulled me aside. A man I respected. He didn't ask me what I saw. He told me what it meant. He said, "What you saw stays here. You don't talk about it. This family has already suffered enough. You will destroy lives if you speak." He looked me in the eye and said, "A man knows when to stay quiet." I nodded. Because that's what men do when elders speak. As I grew, the secret grew heavier. I carried it through school. Through becoming a man. Through relationships. Through milestones. I learned how to laugh while holding something dark inside me. How to sit at family gatherings knowing what others didn't. I told myself I was doing the right thing. That silence was strength. That loyalty meant endurance. That secret changed how I moved in the world. I became guarded. Observant. Slow to trust. I learned that families don't always protect the truth. They protect the image. And I learned that men are often expected to be the containers for shame. I didn't speak. Because I had been taught that speaking would make me the problem. Over the years, I watched the narrative shift. People involved rewrote history. Softened details. Repositioned themselves. Because I stayed silent. Their version became fact. I learned something important. Silence doesn't freeze the truth. It gives other people space to control it. The secret didn't come out because I chose to speak. It came out carelessly. Through someone else. No preparation. No context. No responsibility. Suddenly, the family was in chaos. Questions everywhere. Shock. Anger. And then, attention turned toward me. That question hit me harder than anything else. Not why did it happen. Not who caused this. But, why didn't you say anything? I realized in that moment. The same silence they demanded from me was now being used against me. People started looking at me differently. Not with gratitude for protecting the family, but suspicion. I knew too much. I had stayed quiet too long. I became uncomfortable to have around. Not because I lied, but because my silence exposed how long everyone had benefited from it. There was a meeting. Not to deal with the truth, but to manage consequences. Reputation. Damage control. What people would say. Someone said, "We need to decide how to move forward." I realized then. They weren't interested in accountability. They were interested in survival. And I was expendable. Keeping that secret cost me my sense of belonging, my trust in family loyalty, my emotional safety. Years of peace. I carried something that was never mine to carry. And when it broke open, I was blamed for the weight. Here's what I've learned. Silence is not strength when it protects wrongdoing. Loyalty that costs you your soul is not loyalty. Men are often punished for being quiet, and punished for speaking. And protecting yourself is not betrayal. I didn't fail my family. I was failed by the expectations placed on me. Mamela. If you're a man carrying a secret you were told to protect, a truth that was never yours to carry, hear this. You are not responsible for holding other people's shame. And silence should never be the price of manhood. This is Mamela Sunday Secrets, where men finally speak about the things they were taught to swallow. Sometimes the deepest betrayal is not the secret itself, but who is sacrificed to keep it hidden.